This is the 2024 Range Rover Velar. It's the middle child of the Range Rover family, and let me give you a quick tour. For 2024, the Range Rover Velar just received a new facelift. There's a new headlight design, also new taillights, and also slightly new infotainment system, and I'll talk more about that later. One that I'm testing is the Range Rover Velar Dynamic SE. So it starts at $70,600, but this one, as equipped after delivery, is $81,000. This one is the Range Rover Velar, so it's bigger than the Range Rover Evoque, but a step down from the Range Rover Sport. Powering the Range Rover is a 3-liter Ingenium turbo inline 6-cylinder with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, making 395 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque, and that's attached to an 8-speed automatic transmission. With all-wheel drive, this thing can go 0 to 60 in about 5.2 seconds. So power is plentiful in this Dynamic SE trim, and this is the engine that I recommend if you care about going fast. Mileage is 19 in the city, 25 in the highway, and 21 miles per gallon combined. There's also a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder version that makes 250 horsepower for a lower price point and an improvement of an extra mile per gallon. As for the ride, the Range Rover Velar rides like a proper luxury car. It's quiet, smooth, and it handles bumpier roads with ease, even without the air suspension equipment in this one. As for handling, it handles like a non-performance luxury SUV, so steering is a bit on the numb side with a lot of boost. It carves corners just fine, but there are better options out there if you want better handling. So it performs just fine, but I think the best part of this Range Rover Velar is the design. This is a sharp-looking SUV, and this one has 21-inch wheels, door handles that will go flush. Tester has the black contrast roof, and with the revisions on the headlights and the taillights, this thing looks more like the bigger Range Rovers. Inside, the Velar has received a very slight revision. Now it's much more minimalist. There's no more climate controls or physical controls right next to the gear shifter. It's all integrated into the infotainment system. This is an 11.4-inch screen. This is the PV Pro system, and depending on where you land on physical controls, you might love or hate this design because all the controls are buried in the menu system. So if you want to change the climate controls, you have to press this and then change all the settings in here. There's also a shortcut widget so you can modify things pretty quickly on the fly. There's a volume dial for the driver, but if your passenger wants to change the volume, they have to first press the volume button on the screen. The trade-off there is that the interior design is a lot more clean than before. So the only thing in the center console is just this gear shifter for your 8-speed automatic transmission. And open this up, you have a wireless charger and a USB-C port. Behind that, you have 2 cup holders and a medium-sized armrest that's split down the middle. I do like that there's wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Sadly, no 360-degree camera system for this specific tester that I have. There is a digital driver display, and up top, there's a heads-up display. The interior is what you'd expect out of a Range Rover. This one is called Cloud and Ebony. It looks and feels really nice. As for the second row, heated outboard seats, a couple of USB-C ports, and plenty of legroom at 37.2 inches. I love the amount of sunlight from this panoramic sunroof. As for cargo space, lift up this powered liftgate, and you get 30.9 cubic feet of space behind the second row. Fold the 40-20-40 split rear bench design, space grows to 62.7 cubic feet. And since you're still watching, check out my other video review of another Range Rover. I want to thank you guys so much for watching all the way up to this point. My name is Hanson, and that's the 2024 Range Rover Velar, and I'll see you in the next one.